The world is changing. The balance of power is shifting. For decades, the United States has stood as the world's sole superpower, its economic and military might unmatched. But the ground is shifting beneath our feet. A new era is dawning, one where the old certainties are no longer so certain. The global economy is in flux, buffeted by crises and undergoing a fundamental transformation. Emerging economies are rising, challenging the established order. The rise of the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is a testament to this shifting global landscape. These nations, once relegated to the periphery of the global economy, are now economic powerhouses, their combined GDP surpassing that of the United States. Their growth is fueled by innovation, a burgeoning middle class, and a hunger to claim their place on the world stage. The BRICS nations are not a monolith. They are a diverse group of countries with their own unique strengths and challenges. Yet they are united by a common desire for a more equitable and multipolar world order, one where power is more evenly distributed. China, the world's second-largest economy, is leading the charge. Its technological prowess and manufacturing might challenging the United States' dominance in key sectors. India, with its youthful population and burgeoning tech industry, is also poised to become a global leader. Brazil and Russia, rich in natural resources, provide a counterweight to the West's economic influence. South Africa, the continent's most industrialized nation, is a gateway to the burgeoning African market. Together, the BRICS nations represent a formidable force, one that is reshaping the global economic and geopolitical landscape. The rise of the BRICS nations is not merely an economic phenomenon, it is a geopolitical earthquake. It is a sign that the old world order, one dominated by the West, is giving way to a new, more multipolar world. In this new world, power is not concentrated in the hands of a few, but is distributed more evenly among a wider range of actors. This shift in power has profound implications for the United States. As the BRICS nations grow in strength and influence, they are challenging America's economic and military dominance. They are forging new alliances, creating alternative institutions, and promoting a different vision for the future of global governance. The question is no longer whether the world is changing, it is how the United States will adapt to this new reality. Will it cling to the old order, seeking to maintain its dominance in a world that is no longer receptive to it? Or will it embrace the changing global landscape, seeking to build a more cooperative and equitable world order? The answer to this question will determine the future of the United States and the world. As the world watches, a sleeping giant is stirring. India, a nation with a rich history and a young, vibrant population, is rapidly emerging as a technological powerhouse, challenging the established order and redefining its place in the global economy. For decades, India has been known for its outsourcing industry, providing skilled labor at competitive prices to global corporations. But the winds of change are blowing, and India is no longer content to be just a back office to the world. It is now a hotbed of innovation, a breeding ground for startups, and a magnet for foreign investment. At the heart of India's technological revolution is its booming tech sector. From artificial intelligence to fintech, Indian startups are disrupting traditional industries and creating entirely new markets. Armed with cutting-edge technology and a deep understanding of local needs, these young companies are solving real-world problems and attracting billions in venture capital. The Indian government, recognizing the transformative potential of technology, is actively fostering this growth. Initiatives like Digital India and Startup India are creating a conducive environment for innovation, encouraging entrepreneurship, and positioning India as a global leader in the digital economy. The Silicon Plateau, India's answer to Silicon Valley. Bangalore, once a sleepy garden city, has transformed itself into a bustling tech hub, often referred to as the Silicon Plateau of India. Home to thousands of startups, multinational tech giants, and research institutions, Bangalore is a testament to India's technological prowess. Here, amidst the cacophony of traffic and construction, a new generation of tech entrepreneurs is writing its own destiny. They are developing cutting-edge software, creating innovative mobile applications, and leveraging the power of data analytics to revolutionize industries ranging from healthcare to education. But Bangalore is just the tip of the iceberg. Tech hubs are springing up across the country, from Hyderabad to Pune, from Delhi to Chennai. Each city boasts its own unique strengths, attracting talent and investment from around the world. The rise of these tech hubs is not just an economic phenomenon, it is a cultural shift. Young Indians are embracing technology, not just as consumers, but as creators and innovators. They are driven by a desire to solve problems, to make a difference, and to put India on the global map. Beyond software, India's foray into semiconductor manufacturing. While India's software prowess is well documented, the nation is not resting on its laurels. Recognizing the strategic importance of semiconductor manufacturing, India is making significant strides in this capital-intensive and technologically challenging sector. For years, India has been heavily reliant on imports for its semiconductor needs, a vulnerability exposed by recent global supply chain disruptions. But now, India is determined to become self-reliant in this critical sector, attracting major global players to set up shop on Indian soil. The government's ambitious Production-Linked Incentive (PLI) scheme, offering attractive incentives to companies investing in semiconductor manufacturing, has been instrumental in attracting global giants like Foxconn and Vedanta to announce multi-billion-dollar investments in India. These investments are not just about creating jobs and boosting economic growth, they are about securing India's technological future. Semiconductors are the building blocks of the digital economy, powering everything from smartphones and computers to artificial intelligence and electric vehicles. Connecting a nation, India's infrastructure overhaul. India's technological ambitions are inextricably linked to its massive infrastructure development push. The government is investing heavily in upgrading the nation's transportation, energy, and communication networks, laying the foundation for sustained economic growth and technological advancement. One of the most ambitious projects is the Bharatmala Pariyojana, a program to develop thousands of kilometers of new highways and upgrade existing ones. These modern highways are not just about connecting cities and facilitating trade, they are being designed as smart highways equipped with sensors, cameras, and communication networks to enhance safety, efficiency, and connectivity. Alongside the highway development, India is also investing heavily in upgrading its railway network, electrifying existing lines, and constructing new high-speed rail corridors. These initiatives are not just about reducing travel time, but also about creating a more efficient and sustainable transportation system. These infrastructure projects are not just about concrete and steel. They are about creating opportunities, connecting people, and unlocking the potential of a nation. They are a testament to India's determination to build a brighter future for its citizens. Section 5. A New Dawn, India's Transformation Underway. India's transformation is a story still being written, a journey marked by both challenges and opportunities. Yet, the momentum is undeniable. The nation is on the cusp of a technological revolution, driven by a young and ambitious population, a supportive government, and a growing recognition of its potential on the global stage. The road ahead will not be without its bumps. India faces challenges of poverty, inequality, and a complex regulatory environment. But the spirit of innovation, the entrepreneurial zeal, and the unwavering belief in a brighter future are powerful forces driving the nation forward. The world is watching as India charts its own course, embracing technology and redefining its place in the global order. The sleeping giant has awakened, and its roar is reverberating across the globe. Section 1. The Dragon's Roar, China's Technological Prowess. Across the Himalayas, another Asian giant is making its presence felt. China, once known for low-cost manufacturing, is now a global leader in innovation. Investing heavily in AI, 5G, renewable energy, and quantum computing, China is reshaping industries and challenging the established technological order. The world is taking notice. From Silicon Valley to Tel Aviv, China's rise is felt globally. Section 2. Electric Avenue. China's dominance in the EV market. Nowhere is China's technological ambition more evident than in the electric vehicle or EV market. While the rest of the world was slow to embrace the electric revolution, China recognized the potential of EVs early on and has been aggressively investing in their development and adoption. Today, China is the world's largest EV market, both in terms of production and sales. Chinese automakers like BYD and NIO are not just catching up to their Western counterparts, they are surpassing them, producing high-quality, technologically advanced EVs that are winning over consumers at home and abroad. China's dominance in the EV market is not just about building cars, it's about controlling the entire EV ecosystem. From battery production to charging infrastructure, China is investing heavily in every aspect of the EV value chain, securing its position as the global leader in this rapidly growing industry. This dominance has sent shockwaves through the global automotive industry. Traditional automakers, once complacent in their dominance, are now scrambling to catch up, investing billions in their own EV programs, and seeking to forge partnerships with Chinese companies to gain a foothold in this critical market. While the rest of the world is still rolling out fifth-generation networks, China is already looking ahead to the next generation of wireless technology, sixth generation. Chinese companies like Huawei and ZTE, global leaders in fifth-generation technology, are at the forefront of sixth-generation research and development, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with wireless communication. Sixth generation promises to be a game-changer, offering exponentially faster speeds, lower latency, and greater capacity than fifth generation. This will enable a new wave of technological innovation, from autonomous vehicles and smart cities, to immersive virtual reality and the Internet of Things. China's early investments in sixth-generation research give it a significant advantage in this emerging field. By the time the rest of the world catches up to fifth generation, China could be well on its way to deploying sixth-generation networks, giving it a strategic advantage in the digital economy and cementing its position as a global technology leader. This race to sixth generation is not just about technological superiority, it's about economic and geopolitical influence. The nation that controls the next generation of wireless technology will have a significant advantage in shaping the digital landscape, setting standards, and influencing the development of future technologies. China is also making significant strides in the field of quantum computing, a revolutionary technology that has the potential to transform industries ranging from medicine and materials science to finance and artificial intelligence. Quantum computers, which harness the principles of quantum mechanics, can perform calculations at speeds unimaginable for classical computers, solving problems that are currently intractable. Recognizing the transformative potential of quantum computing, China has made it a national priority, investing heavily in research and development, building world-class research facilities, and attracting top talent from around the globe. Chinese scientists have already achieved several breakthroughs in quantum computing, developing some of the world's most advanced quantum computers and demonstrating their capabilities in areas like cryptography and material science. While quantum computing is still in its early stages of development, China's aggressive investments and rapid progress in the field have positioned it as a major player in this emerging technology, challenging the traditional dominance of the United States and Europe. The stakes are high. Quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize industries, disrupt global power balances, and reshape the world as we know it. China's ambition is to be at the forefront of this quantum revolution, shaping the future of this transformative technology and reaping the economic and geopolitical rewards that come with it. As the world grapples with the urgent need to transition to cleaner energy sources, China is emerging as a leader in renewable energy, investing heavily in solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. This shift towards renewables is driven not only by environmental concerns but also by a strategic calculation to reduce its dependence on foreign oil and gas and secure its energy future. China is now the world's largest producer of solar energy, with vast solar farms sprouting up across the country, harnessing the power of the sun to generate clean electricity. It's also a leading manufacturer of solar panels, wind turbines and other renewable energy equipment, exporting its technology to countries around the world. But China's renewable energy ambitions go beyond just generating electricity. It's also investing heavily in energy storage technologies, like advanced batteries and pumped hydro, to address the intermittent nature of solar and wind power, and create a more resilient and sustainable energy grid. This transition to renewable energy is not just about reducing emissions, it's about economic opportunity and technological leadership. China sees the green energy revolution as a chance to dominate the industries of the future, creating jobs, boosting economic growth, and securing its place as a global superpower in a world increasingly defined by climate change. The gathering storm signs of U.S. economic decline. While the BRICS nations surge ahead, a different narrative is unfolding in the United States. Once the undisputed champion of the global economy, the U.S. is showing signs of fatigue, its economic dominance challenged by a confluence of internal and external pressures. The warning signs are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The once mighty U.S. dollar, long the world's reserve currency, is facing growing competition from alternative currencies and payment systems. Internal consumption, the engine of the U.S. economy, is sputtering, weighed down by inflation, debt, and a shrinking middle class. The very industries that once propelled the U.S. to global dominance, technology, manufacturing, and automotive, are facing unprecedented challenges, struggling to keep pace with the rapid innovation and market dominance of their BRICS counterparts. As the BRICS nations invest heavily in education, infrastructure and research and development, the U.S. seems to be losing its competitive edge, clinging to outdated models and failing to adapt to the rapidly changing global landscape. The consequences of inaction are becoming increasingly clear: a shrinking middle class, widening inequality, and a diminished role on the world stage. The waning greenback, the dollar's diminishing dominance. For decades, the US dollar has reigned supreme as the world's reserve currency, but the dollar's dominance is no longer a foregone conclusion. The BRICS nations are increasingly conducting trade in their own currencies and exploring alternative payment systems. China has been actively promoting the use of its currency, the yuan, in international transactions. This shift undermines the dollar's purchasing power and reduces the leverage the U.S. has long enjoyed in using the dollar as a tool of foreign policy. The erosion of the dollar's dominance is a clear sign that the tectonic plates of global finance are shifting. Silicon stumble. America's tech sector loses ground. The U.S. has long been the engine of technological innovation, but it is now facing fierce competition from BRICS nations, particularly China. Chinese tech giants like Huawei, Alibaba, and Tencent are now global players. Chinese companies are making significant strides in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and other cutting-edge fields. The U.S. tech sector is showing signs of vulnerability, facing scrutiny over privacy and data security. As BRICS nations gain ground in key technologies, the U.S. risks losing its technological edge. Roadblocks on the information superhighway, U.S. infrastructure lags. The U.S. infrastructure, once the envy of the world, is crumbling, plagued by decades of underinvestment and neglect. Roads are congested, bridges are aging, and airports are operating beyond capacity. The U.S. power grid is vulnerable to blackouts and cyber attacks. Meanwhile, the BRICS nations are investing heavily in modernizing their infrastructure. The U.S.'s failure to address its crumbling infrastructure is a strategic vulnerability. Driving blind, the U.S. automotive industry's EV shortfall. The global automotive industry is undergoing a seismic shift to electric vehicles. Yet the U.S. automotive industry appears to be caught in the slow lane. Chinese companies like BYD and NIO are producing high-quality, affordable EVs. China has made strategic investments in battery technology and charging infrastructure. The U.S. risks losing its leadership in a key global industry. The technological battlefield, where BRICS outpaces the US. Technology has become the new battleground where nations are vying for supremacy. The BRICS nations are rapidly gaining ground, challenging the long-held dominance of the United States. This shift is about mastery of key technologies that will shape the future. While the US remains a technological powerhouse, its grip on leadership is loosening. The BRICS nations are investing heavily in research and development. They are determined to be creators and exporters of innovation. This shift has profound implications for the US. Silicon shift, the Semiconductor Saga. The semiconductor powers everything from smartphones to airplanes. The United States is facing a sobering reality. Its once dominant position is under threat. Chinese companies are rapidly catching up, investing heavily in semiconductor fabrication. This shift has exposed a strategic vulnerability for the United States. The US has become increasingly reliant on foreign suppliers for its semiconductor needs. China has made semiconductor self-sufficiency a national priority. This shift in the balance of power has far-reaching implications. The drone dilemma, a new era of warfare. The battlefield of the future includes unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones. The United States is facing a formidable challenge from BRICS nations, particularly China. China has emerged as a leading developer and exporter of drones. This proliferation of Chinese drone technology has shifted the balance of power in the skies. The United States is facing a new reality where its technological edge is no longer unassailable. This shift has profound implications for global security. E-commerce. Evolution, the rise of digital bazaars. The internet has revolutionized the way we shop. The United States is facing a formidable challenge from BRICS nations, particularly China. Chinese e-commerce giants like Alibaba and JD.com have created online marketplaces that dwarf their US counterparts. These platforms have become integral parts of the lives of hundreds of millions of Chinese consumers. The rise of BRICS e-commerce giants has significant implications for the global retail landscape. The dawn of a new era. The world is at a crossroads. The old order, dominated by the West, is giving way to a new, more multipolar world. The BRICS nations are now major players on the world stage. This shift in the balance of power is not a sudden upheaval. It's been brewing for decades. The 21st century is shaping up to be a multipolar century. The future of global power. The question is no longer whether the world is changing, it's how the major powers will navigate this new landscape. Will the BRICS nations and the United States retreat into their respective corners, or will they find ways to cooperate on shared challenges? A world divided is a recipe for instability, conflict, and missed opportunities. A world where these major powers find ways to bridge their differences is a world with the potential for peace, prosperity, and progress. The BRICS nations and the United States have different histories, cultures, and political systems, but dialogue and understanding are more important than ever. A call to action. The future is not preordained, it is shaped by the choices we make today. The rise of the BRICS nations and the shifting balance of global power present both opportunities and challenges. We must hold our leaders accountable for building a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world. The challenges we face are great, but so too is our capacity for innovation, compassion, and collective action. Let us write the 21st century together with wisdom, courage, and a shared commitment to building a better future for all.